They are the character. They don't have to show up for work. They are that person.
Yeah.
They approve the deal. Breaking news.
God. SpongeBob Fishhead. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news!
Well, I guess we'll have to do a rotation like this.
Oh, no.
You have to double dip. Well, thank you so much for being here. You brought us so many different gifts.
I know.
And little surprises. So I think maybe we should start and tell us a little bit about that fucking
The big
bong,
Bertha.
that fucking shotgun over there.
This is my baby.
I'm gonna hand it to you.
Thank you. She's like 2 years old at this point, but this is my my daily driver, believe it or not. This is my main method of smoking. I don't know, I just find the filtration on this one super nice. And I do have asthma, so like I try to pick the least harsh thing, which is funny considering it's a 2-foot bong. But I do have this on here. It's called a tar cutter. They've been sold out for a while, but they should be back on now. But it's basically just 2 pieces of surgical steel with a pipe running through it and little holes all throughout the pipe. And then there's these little black pieces are just charcoal pieces.
Whoa.
So it just like it filters out all
just
the tar.
another filtration device.
Yeah.
And you have I forget what they're called, but those chambers inside the percolators. What do you have? 2 of them in there?
I got 2 in here, and then I got 1 on the down stem.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember how you asked me about what was on the downstem?
Yeah.
It's the percolator.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
There's different kinds. As glass is like they come up with new ways to work with it. So this one I found is my favorite. I think it's called like a super slit or something.
Ooh.
But it's got like 28 individual little.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
On
So
the downstem, that's
it's
sick.
super smooth. I know it looks really scary, but I also don't take full bowls either. I just fill it up like half.
Well,
It's
we're
a hefty,
def-
it looks like a hefty bowl.
well, we got to hit that before we
So,
end this podcast for sure.
So we should start with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
let's do it.
I'm packing a bowl in half.
This does not look that scary because in your fucking house, I went to Jillian's house and she has this fucking room in the basement. It's a basement, but like it's not all the way underground. I don't think so. We walk in there. It's all set up for you to fucking chill out, smoke out. I shit you not. I'm sitting on the couch. The bong is on the ground. And I'm hitting it, sitting on the couch. Like, it is that motherfucking long.
No,
It
impossible.
no, it's not impossible.
Impossible.
Nope.
Okay, but that doesn't even make sense though. So you're telling me the part that you're lighting it from is up here?
No, it's on the ground.
Okay,
And
so
then the
you're kind of
mouthpiece.
reaching down. I was gonna say
She
it's
lit it
large
for me.
enough to light it up here.
She lit it for me.
In defense, it was a low to the ground couch.
Yes, but it was still massive bong. This is done.
That's fucking crazy. Have you seen the video of this person packing? I don't even know what it's called, but you can take off
Have
first.
you used one of these before?
No, I've seen them before, never used them.
Oh, I swear by them. I love hemp wick. Anything to make it as natural as possible. I know that's like funny to say, but like hemp wick, I'll use the tar cutter. Just instead of like a
So what's the difference between using a different, just a regular lighter versus that? It's just
So this, I don't know if you've ever if you play with a lighter, but you can. That's
it.
gas, and it's butane, and you're just sucking it up with your hit.
right. You're getting all that bad shit.
Yeah. So instead of that, it's just burning hemp wick. There is wax on it, which some people are like, I don't know about that. It's still coating the inside of your lungs. But
Right,
no.
but I mean, if we're talking about little
Yeah.
incremental adjustments, like that's better than like what you were just saying.
Just sucking in tane.
Yeah. So are there more options for lighting things, or is it just?
Oh yeah. There's like electric lighters now. It kind of looks like tasers almost, but you light it with electricity. How is that?
It's like a taser.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was the smoothest hit I've ever taken
I
in my
swear.
life.
It looks
Dude.
so scary. It's the best bong ever. I would just for your sake,
Yeah.
I would blow it out here if you want me to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Teach me, scientist.
So
Scientist.
I'll be honest, I almost never clear my hits because I'm trying not to cough my lungs out. So I'll just,
Okay.
and then that way there's no stale stuff in there.
Nice.
But-
Well, thank you for cleaning it up for me.
Yes, of
Appreciate it very
course.
much. Okay, thank you. So there's you said there's a electricity one that you do, right?
Yeah, it's like lightning looking almost.
Ooh.
And then there's for joints, there's portable ones that are like the old cigarette lighters in cars. It's just that, but
Yeah. Yep.
I don't even
you
feel
don't have
it.
to clear it. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Damn.
right. It's
That
the
was such a
best.
smooth hit. Oh my god, and that tastes delicious. That's the thing about bongs too, is like you can actually taste the
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes when you're smoking a J or even, I mean, lighting a bowl is the worst, but you don't get that taste or that flavor.
no.
I can't tell you the last time I smoked a bowl. Like willingly smoked a bowl.
Yeah,
like
only
let
when
me
I
do
have
it
to.
real quick. Nah.
I think it was back in the Journeys days.
Yeah, dude. Like when we had to, and like that's all you could smoke because we didn't have dab pens or something.
Yep,
Like,
yeah.
For whatever fucking reason.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I have to bring this up because this is all because of Jill.
Oh my god.
So forever ago, you introduced me into this strain, and it was from your dab pen, and I was like, I've literally been obsessed with it ever since you showed it to me. And B just went to New Mexico for a work trip and went to the dispensary there, and they had it in cart form, so they brought me back 2 carts of green crack. Dude, I credit you for introducing me to so much, but that strain in particular is like one of my favorites, and I'll never ever forget the fact that you showed it to me.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
Thank you so much.
Do
So
you
much
have
shit.
do you have some favorite strains that you are always looking to smoke when you can?
So it's weird because I have favorite strains that I like to work with.
Okay.
And then I have favorite strains that I like to enjoy.
Right.
So,
Well, before you go there, just so people have a little bit more context.
yeah, I was gonna
so tell us
say-
a little bit about where you work, your experience in the cannabis industry, like.
I work at Comcan, repping the brand. So I started about 3 years ago. The pandemic happened. My job was pretty obsolete. They were like, okay, we're gonna do the stay at home thing. And so I did that for like 2 months, and I was like, I'm super bored.
Right.
So I just like one day out of the blue, I was like, I'll just put in an application, do it. Why not? Worst that can happen is nothing happens, right? So I put in the application, and then like a week later, I get the call like, hey, we want you to come in and do cultivation.
Wow.
And so I get to go in every day, and I get to grow marijuana plants on an industrial scale.
Wow. That's a switch up.
Yeah.
That's
From
amazing.
delivering car parts to growing
Plants,
plants.
basically. Yeah.
That's
it's
like-
awesome.
That's where Jill belongs. Like I've always known that that's where Jill belongs. Like I knew that she was gonna shine in that industry no matter fucking what. Like,
what
just
part of
waiting for
the
it.
what part of the process are you involved in?
So I am the propagator at Comcan. So every single plant starts in my hands.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
I do about 2,500 plants a week.
Damn.
So
So cool.
yeah.
So when you
So-
mean 2,500 plants a week, that means you're growing a new plant, 2,500.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you know, like, you know how you can cut off if you like a plant outside and it's like
Right.
a vine, you can like cut it off and then put it in water and it grows roots.
Yeah.
I do that on an industrial scale.
Oh, like you're the like propagation. Okay, now I get it. Now I understand. Well, like I got
I call
it. I
it
just didn't know.
cloning.
Yeah.
Like that's what the industry slang, I guess, for it
Yeah.
is. But propagation is what I tell
Yeah.
people who
I-
are like, "What do you do?"
Yeah, no, that makes
I
sense.
actually went with Temescal Wellness and I filmed a video for them.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
went to one of the plants and I got to film everything
Mm-hmm.
and listen to the whole process. But it was, the vocabulary was just some that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty distracted because I'm filming. But even when I'm just trying to follow along a little bit, I'm like, what are they saying? I'm like, yo, this process is insane. It's just super meticulous. There's so much little steps in between. It's like,
So much care and love. I think that's the biggest thing that like you and Bob always like talked about and kind of showed me on that end of things of like it takes so much love and care for the plant itself And I think that that's why I have such a different appreciation for it. It's like, I understand. I have somewhat of an understanding that this is like a difficult process, but it's something that people do with a lot of care and intent. And that's like the biggest thing. There's so many different things too. Like Bob told me how to press, press shit so you can make the
rosin.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, you can just buy a fucking machine. My old regional manager, his wife, she smoked, and like I don't know if it was recreationally or whatever. She had a lot of pain, but he was talking to me about it one time, and he was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get my wife like a press, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you should do it. That sounds like a great fucking gift, bro. That sounds dope.
And they're a lot more accessible than they used to be now too. I think I think our store like sells them at the storefront. Like they're expensive, but I mean, they're not like they used to be like $2,000+ like no negotiation, but now it's like under $1,000, which I know is still pretty expensive, but I mean,
pays for itself in the long run,
and it's going down year by year. So you know,
is Comcan rec and medical?
Yes, rec and medical. We started out just medical, and then we graduated to recreational. There's I think 3 stores. There's one in Millis that's both recreational and medical. There's one in Rehoboth that's recreational and medical, and then I think they're building one in one of those M towns.
Yeah.
One of those M towns.
One of the fucking 50 trillion
Mansfield, the one with the Xfinity Center.
Mansfield, yeah.
Mansfield.
Right. Yeah. They're nice. Okay, that's a different area, which is cool.
Yeah.
Millis isn't too far. I'm in Northbridge right now, like working wise.
We used to have a Southbridge one, but nobody went there. It was just a bad location on Route 9. So,
yeah. I mean, it's way like
Everything on Route 9 dies.
yeah,
Everything.
except for Owen O'Leary's.
Fuck that place.
I didn't know I didn't know if I could swear I was gonna say it. Except for fucking Owen O'Leary.
Fuck that place.
Dude, everyone has a fucking story about going there.
I got heartburn from their water. How does that happen? Do you want to tell me how I get heartburn
that
from
place
water?
that place is an operating health code violation.
I didn't know that was possible. I thought water was like okay.
Water was okay.
Dude, I used to go there every Monday night for their wings and pizza for football games.
So sorry.
Oh yeah, he dragged me to that shithole too for that.
Done.
But at that age, like, it's fucking pizza and wings.
Yeah, and the cheaper, the better.
Exactly. So recently we took Law over there, me and my best friend who would go all the time, and he's never been. So it's, I don't know, it's been like 10 years since I went or something.
I was better off not having the experience.
You're going to love it, bro. And we were all like, oh my God, this was this bad the whole time? Yeah. I mean, not to shit on Owen O'Leary's, but it's horrible.
No, that business is wonderful, and we would love their sponsorship.
Yes, exactly. I have a question. So I feel like you're the perfect person to ask. Recently, I've just been thinking about what weed to buy and what's the best to smoke. And recently we bought some shake and some, flour. What, in your opinion and based on your experience, is like the best quality shit to smoke?
If you can find a store that says craft cannabis, that's usually where I gravitate towards. Our stuff specifically, I know that I don't know about our stuff specifically. They might get mad at me when I say that. But shake tends to be older stuff that they need to move out of the building. Anything that comes like pre-ground also tends to be older stuff.
That's what I figured.
I stay away from pre-rolls. It tends to be drier. And then sometimes you can get stems in there because they use shake for the pre-rolls. And then I typically go for high testing terpene strains. I don't really pay attention to the THC too much.
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah. So
You'll have to explain to me like terpenes, because Gianna has explained some of it, but you definitely need more in-depth understanding, because she told me that that's what it's about too.
Yeah. So that's really one of the medical benefits of it is the terpene profiles that they have. So it can be like lavender profile or lemon profile, and like that helps with different things in the body. I can't off the top of my head say specifically, but
when I'm going to go shop for it, is it easy to see that information, like the terpenes?
Unfortunately, it's just not what the market in this state wants right now. They want cheapest, most THC, the most I can get.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's what I see. THC is like the most marketed thing when you're going to buy a joint.
yeah.
Or anything, cannabis
Everything.
related. Yeah.
Luckily, we are paying attention to those tests, and that's like most of our stuff that we push the hardest, that we hand trim, that we really take a lot of care of. We put it in glass jars. I'd also, going back to what I steer away from, anything that comes in a plastic jar or a Mylar bag, I don't want it. Plastic can absorb stuff all around. It just smells and stuff. And then the weed is it's a sponge basically. So it just
right.
absorbs all that plastic taste.
So what is the best?
I like glass jars, hand trimmed, high terpene. If it's available, maybe you can ask your bartender. They might know. They might be able to access those tests.
Dude, give me something in a glass jar.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, like their website should have a picture of what their packaging comes in.
Wow.
And also, I like to pay attention to the websites. Is the picture just a generic picture from Google? Is it just a stock image? Is it all the same for all these products? Is
Right.
it just the same picture over and over again? I really like when people do pictures of plants.
Yeah.
I love seeing how they grow, how the leaves are, because with that, you can tell kind of what kind of plant it's going to be. The thinner the leaves, it's going to be a more sativa strain. The bigger the leaves, going to be more indica strain. Darker color, lighter color. Kind of depends on like flavoring and stuff. Usually the darker colors don't test very high in THC, but they test very high in terpenes.
Right.
So I like purple stuff and stuff like that.
Okay.
Learning so much.
Yeah, so
I knew
much.
I would. I knew I would.
So much.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I was so excited because I'm like, well, just ask Jill a bunch of questions.
So what's your favorite to smoke? Like, do you have a few strain names that you know off the top of your head?
Well, my favorite, unfortunately, is dead now. The plant is dead, so I don't have access to it anymore. But Black Widow was my favorite strain. It was like hazelnutty, chocolatey.
That's so crazy. It
yeah.
died so that you just can't
Yeah.
replicate it.
No, bye.
That's so crazy.
Like for like in mass.
I would have to find a seed, and even then,
right, it's like
Gotcha. Because I was
it's
gonna.
extinct now, basically.
Well, because I was gonna say when B was in New Mexico, they got black. I don't. Now I'm like second guessing if it was Black Widow or White Widow, and I don't remember.
I mean, there's debate on that strain and what it's called, Black Widow, White Widows, because the people who grew it, there was partners, and then they had a fight. They both took it. One named it Black Widow, one named it White Widow.
Whoa.
So yeah. Oh, there's a lot of drama.
Dude,
can
what
imagine.
the hell? Now I'm starting to think about like, a long time ago when people were first growing their shit and like trying to really cultivate to start selling it and moving it. Whoa, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
Back then, there's
kill this
little.
bowl.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The stickers, the like B. I need to get one for B.
Yeah, I got like almost all, if not all of those stickers on Etsy.
Oh, okay, bet.
So,
okay, bet.
I mean, I got the Ween one at the Ween concert, but
I definitely got this inspiration from you because we have like stickers all over our bongs and shit.
oh yeah.
The Journey's hand on my fucking
Yeah,
bong.
I was looking at that. Oh,
Yep.
the Journeys days. Eddie and I worked together at Journeys for a while. If
For a while,
anybody
yeah.
like probably doesn't know, but yeah.
I know it's crazy because like I worked with so many people that were so different in age from me and like picked up so many of those kinds of people throughout my life like as really great friends. So now I just have like a staggered age of friend group throughout like my whole friends. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
The diversity is just amazing.
Yeah.
I got to meet a lot of people and I got to meet
Dude.
people like Jill, like people who I want in my life for, all the time.
Stop it.
For forever.
Oh my goodness.
So what was the capacity of the work relationship? What was your position at Journeys?
I was under Eddie technically, but I mean we were basically just friends. We basically just hung out and just happened to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did like stupid fucking shit.
That we probably shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, no, it was like a really lawless time.
Oh yeah.
In my
it was bad. It was bad.
Well, feel free to share all of them on this podcast
Oh my
for
God.
everyone to hear.
I
think
think
that's what
that
they want.
There's probably a non-disclosure in place somewhere that we signed. To be honest, they're bad. No, we'd get in trouble.
I
Bleep
mean,
out a few words.
I don't know if anybody we know still works there. So
Yeah, a lot of
that's all
people
right.
know me.
And we're waiting for moments like this on the podcast where you guys spill the beans.
just for this moment, you blur her face and make her voice different, but every other second, it's just her.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do the sweatshirt or anything. Just obviously still you.
Oh, I gotta
Go
clear
ahead,
this.
go ahead, Eddie. Start telling a story. Go ahead.
Oh, it's only working on my mic though.
My bad.
It's all
I
right.
got so scared. I was like, "Wait, that's not the bong. The bong's not making that noise."
Thank God.
Dude, the percolation on this is kind of like off. I don't know.
Damn, I expected to get high, but not to see God.
Dude.
Have you had any crazy high experiences where you like been transported? We talked about it a few
Yeah.
times on
You were
this
in
pod.
another dimension.
Yeah. It was the first time I had edibles. I bought them from my boyfriend at the time in high school. And I was convinced that it wasn't weed because
What was the edible?
it was a brownie.
A brownie.
So I got 4 brownies because they were like this big. Like I'm talking an
Bite-sized
inch.
brownies,
Yeah. And so me and my friend decided, okay, let's take edibles together. Let's do it for the first time together. So we ate one, and then we did the cardinal sin of an hour later. I don't think this is kicking in. We should eat the second one, and then
Oh no.
yeah, and then they both hit at the same time. And I don't know if you've ever been so high where you can't control your legs anymore. You
Nope.
just got crazy legs.
Yes.
And they're like twitching, and you're like, ooh, I need to get away from people.
Yep.
Everybody knows. And they're all mad at me.
Paranoia, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the paranoia sets in, and you're just like, everyone knows I'm high. Everyone knows I'm high. Everyone smoked with me, but everyone knows I'm high.
Yeah. Everybody who I already smoke. Oh, everybody knows I'm too high.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
it's just- I can't hang.
It's so funny
I swear
that-
I can hang.
Yes. Yeah, that's the worst part. It's like, I can't let them know. No, I can't let them know.
It's so crazy
No.
that that's one of the effects,
Yeah.
paranoia.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be
Dude.
used for good, but and bad at the same time.
There's some song and one of the lines is paranoia, big destroyer. And whenever I'm like being kind of paranoid, my mom will just go, paranoia, big destroyer.
Dude, I love your mom.
Oh my
I
God,
miss
she says
your mom.
hi.
Yes. Oh, please
She
give her a
said, tell
huge
Eddie I
hug.
said hi.
Jill's mom's the best. I love smoking with Jill's mom.
Yeah, my mom smokes. My mom's, both my parents are Deadheads. So,
What's a deadhead?
Grateful Dead fans.
Oh,
Grateful
okay.
Dead fans.
Okay.
Me like, son.
You just sighed
Disappoint.
so hard. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah,
Grateful
you-
Dead fans. So I grew up and I didn't really know they were smoking. I just always assumed that it was like my neighbor who smoked cigarettes came over. But when I got older and eventually like I had smelled weed before, I was like, you guys are having fun and not inviting me to the party. What's up with this? So, I mean, my dad was a little upset at first when he found out because I was like still 16 and stuff. And he was just like, oh, I don't know. But my mom was like, let's go outside for a walk.
She was so excited.
Oh, my
I
mom
love
was so
her.
down.
How long was
Love
your mom
her.
smoking for? Before then, do you know?
I mean, I don't know when she started smoking. I'm going to assume like 18 because she
Right.
moved out at 18. So I'm going to assume like right when she moved out.
Yeah.
So
She's awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
love her.
crazy thought, and looking forward to the future. Like one day,
Yeah.
my kid is gonna be 16, and I'm gonna smoke with them. But I
Yeah.
have to wait 16
Dude,
years,
yeah.
and for them to come to it first, to be like open to sharing that experience.
yeah, I think that was a big part of it for my mom was like she didn't want to be the one to introduce me to it.
Right.
But once I already knew, once I was already in it, she was like, okay, now I got a friend to
Yeah.
watch Saturday morning stuff with. So, yeah.
That's pretty.
I
funny.
think
Yeah.
too, like a big part of it is like for me to be in like your mom's shoes, I would so much rather you get it from me.
Yeah.
I would so much rather you get that from me and I know where it's coming from and you go have fun with your friends if you want, but I'd rather know that you're getting it from a good place, at least.
Yeah,
if you're doing it.
My mom actually, our state, when you turn 18, you can get your medical card, but your parents have to sign off on it. So my mom, the day I turned 18, was like, let's go get your card because that's the safest place you can get it from.
Yeah.
So
I remember because you were the first person I knew that got a med card. And I was like, what's the process? And you told me, and I was like, that sounds easy. And you were like, yeah, you just have to maintain it, renew it each year.
yeah,
Yeah, I hear it's very easy.
Yeah.
You gotta get to it.
yeah. Especially now, they're just like, does your back hurt sometimes?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, good. Do you get headaches? And does weed help with that? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, basically, that's what it is.
Right.
My
They
brother
just
wants
want
it.
your $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. $200 a year?
I mean, when I first started getting it, it was $200 for the certification from the doctor, and then $50 to register with the state. And now the register with the state is free, and because I am in the industry, I can renew mine for $50 a year.
If you don't mind
Nice.
sharing, what kind of benefits do you have because of where you work?
I get a discount on the products that we sell, and then anywhere in Massachusetts, and I know Maine honors it as well. If you say you're in the industry, then you get a 5% discount
Nice.
at any dispensary.
That's
So,
dope.
yeah.
That's really cool.
yeah, pretty cool.
Well, going
I'm trying
back,
to think of any other benefits. I don't think there's any other benefits.
those are pretty solid. But
Yeah.
going back to what you were sharing about smoking with your parents,
Yeah.
do you know how long before your dad was smoking, or if he had smoked at all to that point?
I think he started smoking after college. I want to say he was like 25, I think he told me. But he would just he would listen to music and smoke with his friends because music is his life. He's a drummer.
Yeah.
So music
not-
is extremely important to him.
Same.
I love her mom, but her dad's awesome too. Like, not to knock your dad, like your dad is awesome. I also love your dad. I hung out more with their mom because she's like, let's go outside on the patio and smoke, and we would just go out there and fucking shoot the shit for
Yeah.
like an hour.
And what's your dad like with it now?
He's pretty chill with it. He won't smoke on the weeknights, but if it's a Friday night,
A glass of wine on a Sunday
yeah,
night.
exactly, exactly. Or if we're on vacation, he's like, "Got any joints?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, the vacation people are always the
yeah.
worst. Like, where was this before?
You guys, yeah, and I was telling them, you guys go on vacation, like you go to Disney and stuff.
Yeah, we go to Disney a lot. We go once a year.
I
So
wish.
So when my grandmother passed, she surprised all of her children with sum of cash. And so my dad was like, well, I don't want to just do a one-time payment thing. I don't want to pay off my car. I don't want to pay off a bill with this. I want to make this mean something. So he decided to get into the Disney Vacation Club thing. And so now every time we go, the hotel is a timeshare, and my Nana pays for the timeshare with the sum of money that she
that's
gave to
awesome.
me. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So awesome.
It's a
Right.
really cool way to use that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? I was like, that. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I honestly might do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not soon, but
Please. Let's not think about that right now. I feel like we got at least 20 years, right?
yeah.
Before everything
But,
is on
now
fire.
now I have the answer to the question in the future. Though, so.
There you go.
Do you have
Timeshare.
Do you have a favorite place to go in Disney, or a favorite ride or something?
Well, our favorite park is Animal Kingdom because
Okay.
nobody goes there.
No, but it's such a great park.
It's awesome. The safari is awesome. I love all the animals. There's an awesome walkthrough. There's a petting zoo with goats that nobody knows about. You have to take the train, and then it's behind the safari ride, but it's a petting group. It's a petting zoo, and they have 30 goats. And you can just hang out with the goats. And I love it because it's animals that you can hang out with and actually interact with. But
That's awesome.
yeah. But I just went actually a couple weeks ago, and I brought a bunch of dab pens with me. And I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but I mean, they did get photo evidence. Yeah. So, me and my boyfriend, we went on Space Mountain 8 times.
Yes.
And we discovered Space Mountain. It's a dark ride. and it's a very short train. And if you ask to sit in the back, the smoke just goes behind you and not into the people behind you's face.
Yep.
So there's a series of photos on the ride where we're like, it's so funny.
That's
I love
amazing.
that.
We talked about it on the podcast recently, but I've been wanting to go to Disney High because I've never smoked and done a ride
Oh
or
my
been to
God.
amusement park or anything like that. I gotta do it.
Yeah. I don't recommend edibles for theme parks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I wasn't-
the hot and tired just amplifies with the edible, and then
no,
you're just
thanks.
like, I need to go to sleep like right now. I don't want
Yeah.
to be around noise anymore. But I highly recommend pens.
Yeah.
That's like the best way to travel. I found.
100%.
Yep. I love my dab pen.
Yeah.
I love that shit. It's like
You-
what I live off of.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of dab, we have some here, but I don't know if I'm ready to go down that dark and scary path.
We can do the next. We can do the next flower, like the
Sure,
hybrid
let's
flower.
do it. So, what was the first flower that we
So
smoked?
that was Granny Mac. It's a sativa strain. It's pretty like a mellow sativa strain. It's not gonna like just go straight to your brainstem and make you paranoid like we were talking about
Right, right.
earlier. It does have a little bit of a hybrid strain in the genetics, but it's not so much that it's gonna make you tired. It's like it's such a less like a small part of the genetics that it's gonna make the strain just a sativa. It's not a
Right.
hybrid or anything. But yeah.
This one's biohazard.
Yeah, that's the hybrid.
Well, makes sense. We had a lot of energy. That was great. That was a fun ride.
I can use your grinder.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there a difference in difficulty between growing an indica or a sativa or a hybrid?
Indicas are pretty good. They grow kind of slow, which like if you want to produce on a mass scale, it's not the best. But sativas grow super fast and super tall, so they're kind of a manageable, or they can get unmanageable quickly. Which is also the thing. All the plants grow so fast. Like
Really?
you would not believe how fast these things grow. I can't
Give
even
me a rough time. What would you say?
So if I cut a strain about every 10 days, I want to say, it's big
Wow.
enough for me to get like 40 cuts off of one plant every
10 days.
10 to 15 days.
From start to
Yeah.
finish?
Not from start to finish. No. Oh my goodness. So from my hands, I put it into like a growing medium, and then it stays about 2 weeks in my room, and then it gets put into a vegetative room. And that has a different light cycle. The clone room where I am, it's 24/7, always lights. And then the veg room, it's lights most of the day. It's like 16 hours on or so. And then it gets moved into a flower room, and then it's basically just making the plant start different hormone growth cycles. So it sends like, we need to get bigger, and then we need to start growing the flowers.
Gotcha.
So, but it spends about, again, like 2 weeks in the veg room getting taller, and then it goes into a flower room for about 60 days. Some strains grow faster than others, like sativas. Some sativas can grow in like 50 days, 45 days.
Wow.
And then some indicas can go all the way up to like 80 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you done home growing?
No, unfortunately. My yard is super dark. I don't have a lot of sunlight in my yard, and my house has pretty old electricity in it. So I am definitely going to blow a fuse if I want to grow a plant.
Leave a lamp on for fucking 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Damn.
wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, no, that bill would be crazy too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you this too,
Sure.
because this is in the lighter. This is so
Oh,
you
to
can
clean
pull-
the bowl.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because
Poker
I was like,
pokers, they're awesome.
looking, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna clear the bowl, and then I remembered. I was like, no. Jill's always fucking prepared. Jill's always prepared.
How much is a bong like that?
Well, I got it from Thick Ass Glass, and they always have sales. So,
Nice.
and then if they have like a rewards program if you buy with them often. So I think I got that for like around $100.
What?
Yeah,
That for $100?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually
maybe
surprised.
150.
I thought it'd be a lot more.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was on sale too, but like I think like retail it's like $200 maybe.
I'm gonna put that on my Christmas list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my Christmas gift to you. Remember? the bong.
I do remember, but now I'm gonna forget again, so I can be surprised. When I get it.
Yeah, I know you will forget. I'm gonna say it like 30 times. It's all right.
It's okay. I just wipe my memory. Anytime there's
Yeah.
something that I'm like I saw, but I regret that I saw or that I heard, like a spoiler for a movie or
You're
something.
like, no.
Just delete it and I move on. And it happens all the fucking
Delete it?
I
time.
wish I could do that.
Right? Me too.
As soon as I think like, oh, I need to stop thinking about that, my brain is just like, oh, let's repeat it
Yeah,
100 times.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
That definitely can happen. But I'm like, I have no other choice because I don't want to know this information. So I have to delete it.
No.
I have to delete it. I have to.
I hate that. I hate when things get spoiled.
Dude, that's the worst.
With anything, with movies, with music. I
Yeah.
don't want to know how you feel about it before I go into it. I
Yeah.
want the completely raw experience and determine how I feel as I go throughout it. You know? And formulate my own opinion.
Me and my boyfriend don't even like to watch the trailer because we're like, that even gives way too much away. Like, I just want to
100%.
go into this blind. Who directed it? Who are the main people who are going to be in it? What's the loose synopsis of what's going on here?
Yep. With my parents growing up, we would go on the weekends to like an AMC and they would just have like a little pamphlet and you would see like a quick summary of the movie and what time it was on at. And that's how we would pick a movie to watch.
Yeah.
And I miss that so much. I try to avoid trailers as much as I can, teasers, anything that's going to give me an idea, to be honest.
That just threw me back. Do you remember the TV guide?
Yes.
Oh my God. I still remember how that smelled. It smelled like the phone book. Also,
I
do you
can
remember
kinda smell
phone
it now.
books? Oh my God, the TV guide.
Yes. The TV guide. I'm done. Now it's all electric. Electric. Me and my fucking anger against electric cars.
Yeah, everything that's fucking...
I don't
Not
have an
natural.
electric car.
I'm like,
She
fuck that
hates me
shit.
unnatural every time we're talking about like futuristic shit.
I do have a hybrid electric car. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
You're going to go outside and burn it?
No, no,
Please don't.
no. She has a Prius. I won't do that.
Please don't.
No, I won't do that. But I remember, so it's really funny because like Jill always had her Prius. Like she was known for her Prius. Love that thing. Had a whole bunch of like bumper stickers on it. It was great. It got totaled. So Jill bought the exact same car.
And the exact same bumper sticker.
Wow, that's good.
Put them in like roughly the same place because I had a picture.
I was like, hey, it's back. It's fucking great.
Yeah. It was I was actually on my way to Journeys one day and someone just didn't stop. Like they used the back of my car to stop. So
Dude, I remember getting that phone call and Papa was like, she's crying. And I was like, what? What's going on?
I wasn't like sad crying.
Yeah.
I was so angry.
Because I remember I ended up getting on the phone with you because I was like, let me talk to her. What's going on? And you're like, I'm just fucking pissed off because this person. And I remember you like being super pissed because you were like, my dad's calling me now. And then you got off the phone with your dad. You called us back and you were like, fuck.
And then I just like storm into work. I'm like, so it's ruined. It's done.
Dude, it was like the most tense shift ever because we were like, just let her take it off. But like, there was no way.
Pacing,
Yeah.
Going like, wait till you guys see it. Wait till you guys go outside and see it. It's ruined. It's done. I can't believe it. Like I can't even describe how bad it is.
So it was, yeah.
Peace and love to that girl now. Peace and
Dude,
love.
I know. I'm so done. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Oh, we had some funny times.
What strain is this one?
This is Biohazard.
Biohazard.
It's a hybrid. It's a sativa leaning hybrid. So
Yeah, figured we'd do like the different levels.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to the indica next, and then dabs.
You're way too excited about this.
dude,
I love doing dabs.
Y'all been plotting. This is why
dude.
I wore this hat. This is my vibe hat. When I know I'm about to send it, I wear this hat. Only for
Dude.
those occasions.
Jill brought the rig to the Northborough house, and we were up on like the 3rd floor balcony, and it looks at me and goes, "Dabs." I was like, "Dabs." I was having a day, like I was having a fucking day, and I was like, "Dabs." And so she got it all ready for me, and I was like, I'm just gonna put my mouth on it and hit, and that's it.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
do
she said.
everything else for you.
Yeah, no, literally.
That's what she said. Out.
Have to. Mandatory.
It was like exhale, just exhaled everything out,
Yeah.
and then you're just like,
And it takes a second too. Like it doesn't hit right away.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, that's okay. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, I'm like manually breathing right now. Like I'm aware of how long I'm looking at people. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, move to the next person. All right, do a couple blinks. It's getting weird. They all know.
Dude,
Yes.
living life on manual.
Oh my
That's
God.
fucking
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
No thanks.
the breathing thing is so good because the amount of times I've just been sitting there and being like, you gotta take a breath. You gotta take a breath now. You gotta breathe. It's not your body's not gonna do it on its own. You have to do it. The amount of fucking times your brain just like does stupid shit to you.
Yeah, it's a fun ride though.
That's just like super, super paranoia. Because now you're just paranoid by the most minute thing, which is like your breathing, like your existence you're paranoid about.
But the best part is like it's like a movie. Like you hear all this stuff in your head, and then like you look on the outside, and everything is fine. And
Yeah.
you're just sitting there like a normal person, but your head in your mind, you're like, no, I'm not. I'm being weird.
Yeah,
I'm
no
being
way.
fucking weird.
My high mind just brought me back to you telling us about smoking and a crazy experience that you had. You never finished
Oh
that
my
story.
god! Oh my god!
Sorry.
Yeah,
No
my,
worries.
So I had that edible. My legs started twitching. We had gone outside because my neighbors were outside. My neighbors also smoked weed at the time. I think they still do, but you know, whatever. So we had gone over there to just like hang out until they kicked in, and then they kicked in. And so we walked back to my house, and I was like, I just need to lie down for like 2 minutes. And so I lay down, and all of a sudden it just feels like my whole back is on fire. Just like I feel my veins, and it doesn't feel nice.
Feel my veins.
Yeah, it felt like I had like fire going through my veins. I was like, this isn't weed. There's no way. And then I realized that I was laying on my bed, like in the crevice over the heater, and the heat was on. And so that was the fire. But that's how high I was like, no, this isn't weed. Something's wrong. I need to go to the hospital. Like, it was bad. My friend threw up. I've never greened out, but I have.
Same.
I do cough a lot, and then like I hate mucus and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like literally throw up from gagging because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna cough something up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's But I've never greened out, so
And you
Not
haven't
yet.
coughed today either.
no. I
Yeah.
I did my inhalers on the way here.
It was something we talked about before we started the first pod, was like, we have to try not to cough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've been hitting some clean things, and this is the cleanest shit I've ever hit, for sure.
The smoothest
sure.
bong I've ever hit in my whole life.
I don't
I
even know
agree.
I'm hitting it. I have to like look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like on this last time, like I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna rip it, and then I tried, but it's like it's a big breath. So the next one on this indica, I'm gonna like milk it, and then I'm gonna pause, take a breath, and then be able to inhale the whole thing.
Yeah.
I planned it
So-
out in my head.
To milk this one, instead of like quick inhales, you gotta like slow draw.
Okay,
Like
that's what I thought. Because the percolators, it makes sense.
And honestly, I've like done the draw, taken the bowl out, like gone, taken another breath, and then taken it.
Yeah.
I saw a video once on YouTube of a guy hitting the entire bowl in one hit.
I know. I was like, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just like pack it and then.
Dude,
It was wild.
some people's lung capacity, I'm like, what are you? Teach me. Am I doing that? It makes me think I'm smoking weed wrong.
Yes.
And then I'm like, how do you do it? And they're like, I just like rip it. And then I see them later and they're like ripping through cigarettes. I'm like, oh, okay, you're fine.
Dude,
You're just not going to get
Iron
hurt from
lungs.
this. Yeah.
I saw the most ironic fucking thing. We have a car in the shop right now because I work at my dad's body shop, and there's a bumper sticker on the back that says "fuck cancer" with like a ribbon on it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I saw it. I got in the car. The car fucking reeks of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like,
At
come
least
on.
weed doesn't stick like that. You know, the smell doesn't stay for a long time. Cigarettes, that
Yeah.
shit reeks for a long time.
It also turns everything yellow.
Ugh.
It does. It turns the whole
true.
car yellow because we've taken one on that was like even worse smelling than that one. It was like you were sitting in an ashtray.
Woof.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
thank you.
Some of them get just like gross. It just gets in like the lining and
Yep.
all the upholstery.
And then all the people that smoke cigarettes ruined it for us, at least up to this point, because of public consumption and being able to take a joint to anywhere on a plane. They used to do in a bar, in
Yeah.
a stadium, while you're watching a game, literally anywhere.
Yeah.
I hope that we can get to a future like that. Do you see a future like? How do you see the cannabis industry growing as far as like consumption? I know lounges are opening up now and stuff like that.
I feel like it's probably going to be along the same lines as drinking. Like no drinking in public unless it's like a private area. No like public intoxication, no driving impaired. And honestly, like I know it is healthier than that, and I know some people feel they can function like absolutely fine, just like ripping dab pens all day. But I mean, it is a stimulant. It is something like that you use to relax at the end of the day. I feel like, or like if you do use it for medical purposes, obviously, like go for it.
Yeah.
But like don't like wake up and roll over and take a mean dab, you know?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
And then get
anything
going.
with like overconsumption is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing too much of anything.
But like I've always thought like going back to the Disney thing, like would they ever market like edibles in that shape of the Mickey Mouse head?
Or
Would
a
they sell
drink.
it at the parks? Well, I mean, that's like my dad brought that up too. Like I feel like it would have to be edibles because just the smell, you don't want everybody to be super bothered by it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're selling alcohol and people are stumbling around the world at Epcot,
You can
getting
sell
8 different
seltzers.
cocktails, yeah.
You
That's
can
what I'm
sell
saying.
seltzers for
Cannabis
5%.
infused
Yeah,
seltzers.
that's what I'm saying.
So they actually made a cool move in a cool direction at Disney that I just recently saw is they're going to have an actual tattoo shop in Disney with like Disney artists, like
That's
Whoa.
renowned artists that specialize in Disney tattoos, and they're going to be at the park to do Disney tattoos.
Okay, Disney.
Yeah. I
I
thought that
love
was really
that.
sick.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's pretty cool.
That's not the Disney we've known for a long time. That's
But
amazing.
That's all. It's because
That's cool.
they're going to incorporate stuff like Star Wars. So they're going to find people who are specializing in Star Wars tattoos because they have that. So it's like all of these different parts of Disney that it's just getting bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? Like Disney isn't just for kids anymore. It hasn't been just for kids for a long time.
We were talking about that on our other podcast, that it feels like Disney is growing up a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think it's about time.
Right now with their Marvel content, they're doing TVMA, they're doing rated R movies finally for the first time with Deadpool and other content, Blade, and that's like a huge step. And we just talked about them purchasing Hulu last week for $8.6 billion or something ridiculous.
Yes. When you
And then-
guessed. So you guessed
Yeah, you actually
$750
you
billion.
actually nailed that. It was 8.61 billion, but who cares about the one? You got close
at that
enough.
point, you know?
And we actually saw on Twitter or X right before we got on the pod that they're actually going to merge platforms. So now it's Disney Plus and Hulu together. I don't know. It's going to be a new app, which is interesting, and new content.
I mean, HBO just did that.
Yeah, with Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's Max. You
Exactly.
download a whole new
But
thing.
just it shows Disney leaning into like other types of shit, other
Yeah.
kinds of content, other genres, other.
Well, everything I think now, like everything is always a little bit more mature because everyone has access to so much all the time, like with social media and with the internet. So it's like there isn't this censorship anymore, which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. On like it's just desensitizing people to a weird extent. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm high.
Pretty sure we all are.
Yeah. Well, when I was at the parks, I noticed like all the people who were not happy were parents and kids. They were all like super tired and just didn't want to be in the sun anymore.
Yeah.
And everybody smiling and having a great time were like millennials,
Yep.
just there with their partner, having a great time,
Bro.
doing exactly what they want to do, not standing in line to meet
Nope.
characters because everything has a line now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But-
Hell no.
Yeah. Just healing our inner childhood.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
One
exactly.
trip at a
100% what
time.
it is.
Like it. Yeah. That's why I think it's not for the kids anymore.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're changing, their focus and that it's more on our generation and generations closer to ours.
It would be silly for them to not market, like to realize, oh, there's an adult market for
Exactly.
us. Like, of course, we're going to market to those people. They're the ones that have the money.
I think they see the trend of we are not having kids, we're getting dogs.
Yep.
And we have a lot of money to spend, and we could spend it on them.
Yeah.
So they're going to start marketing to us. They're going to start doing adult content. You're going to see it in the next 10 years. I bet they're going to start selling Selzers, honestly.
Yeah.
The THC Selzers.
100%.
I think Universal will beat them to it.
Oh,
because it's
absolutely.
already like such an adult-driven park.
Yeah.
And they have other little random things too that bring like the cool thing about Universal is there's the walk, right? There's like the walk outside of Universal where
Yep.
you can go and get dinner
Yep.
being right in front of the park. You don't get to go to the park, but you get to be right in front of the park. It brings and attracts so many different people. There's what's it called? Voodoo Donuts, I think that's what it is.
That's
Yep.
there.
I've even been there
brings so
just
many
to
people.
eat.
That yeah,
Not
exactly.
even going to the park.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's
I
Skywalk?
think the
Ooh.
City Walk.
City Walk. I think
City
you're
Walk.
right, yeah.
Both of those sound
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
close.
I mean, I know like you're like super high up in those escalators, and it feels
Yeah.
like it's taking forever to get there. You're
Yeah.
like, where is this park?
I love going there.
Yeah. I think Disney kind of blew that with putting that as like a separate location that they want people to go to, like with downtown Disney.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
like they tried to just copy paste Universal's
Yeah.
thing, but I think not a lot of people go there because it's not like near the park, so it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, let's go here for the day, you know?
Like,
It's
Yeah.
like Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Disney Springs is like
yeah,
I didn't
think
even
that's
realize.
what it's called now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't
Downtown
realize.
Disney
Yeah, I
is
didn't
the
realize
whole
that that
name.
was like a thing up until the time that I went with friends who had already gone there and a friend that worked at like the Sephora or the Mac or something that was there. And that's when I came to find out about Disney Springs.
What's the Disney Springs?
It's like a big plaza with like stores and restaurants and stuff, and it's all Disney shit, but like a mall. Like shopping stores, like regular mall shopping stores, but then also more Disney stuff.
Do you guys
All of them
remember those
closed on.
Disney stores that used to be in the mall?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes. I loved those stores.
That's
went
so
in all the time.
tragic.
Oh,
I need those back.
yeah. I mean, they tried to bring it back, and like they had like a little pop up thing in like Kohl's or Macy's or something, but it wasn't.
No,
the Disney
not a
store.
pop up. I need the full immersion going to the store, and I'm literally in fucking Disney World.
I need the little TV playing constant Donald Duck cartoons.
Yep. I'm so done. That's like it's like walking into a Build-A-Bear now.
Oh my
anyways.
God.
It's like that kind of thing.
So nostalgic.
Yeah, it's like a different experience.
So, what's your favorite thing about going to Disney? Why do you keep going back? Do you think?
I love the food. They always have great food. I mean, I know they probably pump it full of MSG, but you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm not going to live forever, so I'm going to enjoy it. But they have a great variety of different food that I don't usually get to eat while I'm here. I get to be outside all day, you know, like walking around, being outside. The people watching school. I think my favorite thing, though, is just like, it's probably because I've been there so much, but I just have like such a sense of like familiarity and like I know exactly where I am. Like it's not that difficult to navigate those parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like such a sense of security while you're in that like Disney bubble
Yeah.
that they have you in.
That's cool.
Especially if you're staying at one of their hotels.
Yeah.
It's such like an isolated air, like the
Immersive.
traffic signs are different.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
It literally
Once you're in,
transported.
Yeah.
because like it's not just the park; it's around the park too. So
Yeah.
like getting to the park, you start to see the signs. The signs are different. You start to see the roads are set up different. You start to see all of these different things, and you realize you really are in a different world. You're
Yeah.
in a world within a city. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. And then you get to the park, and then you really realize like you're in the center of it all. So like. Ain't nobody coming to fucking help you, bro. Ain't nobody coming to help you, bro.
Especially if you sleep in one of those themed hotels, or like you're even sleeping in it too.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the Star Wars one.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
you
that
get to
Yeah.
sleep in the
opened up.
park or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, I think they are starting to like deconstruct that one because nobody was staying there
Yeah,
because it
we
was
were
so
talking-
expensive.
It was too expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was what was it like
5K a
500
night.
It was
5K a night.
something absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, like, they were like, oh, well, it's a full experience. And you stay for like, I think it was like 3 nights that you could stay. You couldn't
Oh,
stay
the
any
minimum-
longer. You couldn't stay any
maximum.
less.
Whoa.
Yeah. You had
Exactly
to stay.
3.
I don't know if it was 3 or
Interesting.
4. but it was
That's insane.
because
Yeah.
You can
that's
keep talking,
crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
For $4,800.
That's absolutely crazy.
But look how
And
cool
look
that
at you.
looks,
It's
though.
bunk beds. It's bunk beds. You're an adult sleeping on a bunk that's less than a twin size bed
Yeah,
size bed, and you're
that's true.
a full adult and you're gonna sleep on that for $5,000 a night
Yeah,
It's
no, that's
ridiculous.
because you get the experience that
Yeah,
you're
hell
in
no.
Star Wars. Like, I mean, Star Wars is cool, but okay, there's a full size bed. All right, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, but
I
that
see
one's
what you're
10K
saying.
a
That's worth
night.
it.
I see what you're saying. It's like a full bed, and then there's still the bunk bed
Yeah.
Yeah,
inside.
right. Well, they probably assume that you're traveling with little kids, so you'd probably want like little
Yeah.
beds and not to take up too much
But if
space
you
because they don't have it.
If you see this picture down here where like the girl is like pointing outside into space, yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing about this hotel is like you can't see outside. There's no windows outside. It's all screens, so it looks like you're in space.
Right.
Because it's a fully immersive hotel.
No.
So when you get there, they lay out, you get like the clothes, you get the ropes, like Jedi robes, and you get
Wait, this might be worth
like
$5,000.
you get missions for the day, and the hotel is like all the people who work at the hotel are fully in character. They never break character.
That's intense.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. So like clones will come in and interrogate you, and like,
It's just a firefight in the lobby.
dude, yeah, it's like absolutely. I mean, I don't feel
Vader's at the end of the hall in the middle of the night.
like. But also,
You're out
like,
past curfew.
why? How do you have time for that too? If you're also going to the parks, like how long is your vacation? Where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this fully interactive hotel, and then I'm going to go to the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a recreation of Order 66.
Yeah. It's just,
He starts slaughtering the kids.
there's
The kids are
skits.
first.
Oh my god.
I'm done. I'm so done.
So are you? Because it seems like you're pretty plugged in. Are you aware of like the future projects of what they want to do? Because if they're deconstructing this, they must have a different idea, or like, do you know what new rides are coming to Disney? I haven't been in a while, so
I mean, I know that they just put out the Tron roller coaster, which I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that thing is insane.
no. But I bet Pham could get a video. Of
Oh
it.
my god, yeah, absolutely. If you could pull that up, that would be awesome.
Whoever
But it's like
posted that is doing some illegal shit. But.
Yo, dude, yeah. I think they ask you like not to film in that area.
you
Yeah.
cannot
so crazy.
film.
Yeah.
No, you cannot film. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty crazy.
insane.
It's the Tron light cycle. Yeah.
Oh,
you ride.
whoa.
Oh, like you're on a motorcycle?
Dude.
Get the fuck out.
Dude, and
That's
so
insane.
You just sit down like you're on a bike, and then all of a sudden, like all the lights in the building go like, "Joo," and then like the back things just like shoot up, and it just feels like you have like a hug from behind.
Oh, I see.
And
like the
that's
thing
your
there.
restraint. So you really like you feel like you are driving a motorcycle. It doesn't
Okay.
feel like you're
That's
on.
insane.
I see the pads
coaster.
on the legs too, because I
Yeah.
was like, bro, you can just fall out the side.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, it is a Disney ride, so it's not going to do like
Too much, yeah.
crazy maneuvers. You
But
don't go
even
upside down.
then, it's like the step forward in immersion, like literally putting your face
It's
forward.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and your
insane.
hands are like on the handlebar. It's awesome.
To not have a chest restraint
yeah.
on a roller coaster.
The most recent time I went there, they got rid of the or they had a Jurassic Park one. It was like the Velociraptor, and that one's just like at your waist, like it's not on your chest, and it's like it's fast, and like you're doing barrel rolls, and you're just like I'm gonna fall right into this water
Yeah, I
at
know.
65 miles an hour.
Dude.
I am a avid roller coaster fan. Before we started going to Disney a lot, we did a lot of vacations where it's like, what are the top 20 roller coasters in the country? Let's like go on all of them, because my parents also love roller coasters. So any roller coaster that goes upside down that doesn't have a shoulder restraint, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna hang on.
Dude,
way more brave than I am.
I mean,
way more brave than
the
I am.
future of roller coasters is going to be so cool.
Well, I told you about my horrible experience on the one at Six Flags when it
Yeah,
had like the
Dual
VR.
Dragon?
No, the at Six Flags. The
Oh,
one
Six
that they
Flags.
change all the time. It's like always
Superman?
There's
Yeah.
like 3 that always get changed.
it's the Superman one. It's the big one. And at that point, it was Spider-Man with a VR.
Never even heard
Oh,
of that.
No way.
Not at Six Flags though, but I've done that one.
So
I've done that with my little brother. My little brother's just like, bro, what did I just watch?
it was horrible. It was
wearing
horrible.
goggles?
You're wearing the you're wearing the VR thing, and you're riding the roller coaster, but the VR, you're watching the VR, you're experiencing the VR.
Yeah.
So like for me, it shows you like Spider-Man jumping through the air, and you're Spider-Man. So when you're jumping through the air and when you're falling, that's when you're falling on the roller
Oh, I
coaster.
did that at Universal.
Yeah,
has a
that's the one
Spider-Man
I was
ride,
thinking
But it's not
of.
goggles.
I
But it
hated it.
actually, you follow along. It's like projections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
thinking of the same ride, Andy.
Yeah. That ride is fucking amazing.
That ride's cool, but I feel like VR goggles, I would just immediately get car sick.
Vomit.
No,
Yeah,
I just got nervous and
immediately.
scared because like for me on roller coasters, I like to be prepared a little bit. So I like to see the track. So once I realized there was none of that, I started freaking out. I'm pretty sure I was with Leo and I was like, I'm taking them off. I freaked the fuck out. I was like, can't do it. No.
Yeah, at least you have the
No.
option to take them off. Thank God. Oh
It
my
wa-
God.
it- they had like straps, like it was like a thing. So I just took them off and hung around.
But
my
I
neck.
think, yeah.
I think they're strapped into.
I think they updated the ride a bit, but yeah, I think we're talking about the same one. That was a really fun ride.
Do you think the future of roller coasters is more like crazier tracks or more leaning into VR stuff?
I
hope it's leaning away from VR, but probably
Me
leaning
too.
into VR.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although I do think what I don't know if you guys have seen the Rise of the Resistance ride, the Gardens of Galaxy ride at
No.
Epcot. It replaced the super dinky Ellen ride that was at Epcot. I don't know if you remember the Universe of Energy, but
No.
Like
Ellen
Ellen?
DeGeneres?
yeah, Ellen
She had a
Oh.
she had a
had
ride.
a ride at Disney World with Bill Nye the Science Guy.
What?
And she had an
What is that
animatronic,
team-up?
and it was horrifying. Please look that up. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Dude, what
Ellen
the
DeGeneres robot Disney.
Hell no.
That sounds like a bad dream. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
dude.
making this up.
That sounds
No.
scarier
It was
than the
a
roller coasters.
42-minute ride
The fuck?
because it went 5 miles an hour.
Yikes.
And you just went through like different giant diorama
so
scenes.
That's how she got people to watch her show.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the views were coming from 20-person
Yeah.
rides.
No, it's just like
so
a
done.
40-minute fucking just
Yeah.
shoving Ellen down your
my
face.
God.
Like, you're not getting off this ride. You're
Yeah.
going to watch this fucking show every night. So I'm assuming that they closed that ride
Yes, they
quickly
did.
after her downfall.
I don't know if it was quickly after, but
Within
within
in
yeah,
proximity.
is
it's
that?
the
Okay.
Universe of Energy. It's
But
that one.
that's
And then
so
if you
old.
see on all the way on the left, that's the Ellen robot. Oh my god. Yeah, that's Bill Nye. Oh my god, that's
Yep.
the old sign from like the 90s.
Look at how young they both are.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's
Yeah.
the robot. She's just out there.
Dude, I think when they closed the ride down actually they
That doesn't look like either of them.
down
I'm frightened.
when they closed the ride down, they skinned the robot because they just reused the parts.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
So
Imagine
yeah,
skinning
do you
an
see
Ellen
it
robot?
right there?
Oh my God.
Right in like the middle to the left, they
Yep.
skinned it and sent it to her, and she had it on her show. That's the skin from the Ellen
Oh,
robot.
hell no.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh, they
Dude,
look really
oh my
similar.
God.
They look-
Why are the lips black?
They look
It's because
really
so
similar.
they
Oh,
had
it's
like the
open.
teeth
Oh, it's
in there.
open.
That's where the teeth used to be for the robot, but that's part of the mechanics. Yeah,
That's so
insides
gross.
of robots are so freaky.
Why did she
but-
have it on her show? That's so fucking creepy.
Because of course she did.
She's so weird.
She's that narcissistic
Yeah.
that she needs to have her robot
Yeah.
on her show. It's
What
like,
the
no, don't throw it away. Send it to me. I want my skin.
Ew.
I want my robot
It's
skin.
just in her closet. It's
yeah,
Yeah,
she puts
literally.
it on sometimes.
in the corner of her room.
She murders people.
Goodbye, horses.
Oh my God.
That's what she uses in her.
Oh
and
my
that's what
God.
she uses to lure the children.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
children.
Holy shit. I didn't.
Yeah. So,
Ellen with an
anyways,
entire marketing
Like
scheme,
I thought it was
dude.
gonna be bad, but like that's like
I said it was horrifying. It was
Yeah.
bad. Like,
I'm so
Terrible.
grateful for all this Disney knowledge you have right now. This is amazing. I'm learning so
I'm
much.
glad I could dump it on somebody.
Yeah.
it's
Oh my
so
God.
pent up.
It's all in here. I don't have any of the states anymore. Dividing fractions. I don't know. Disney facts.
Got them all. I got them all. So done.
Yeah, but so they replaced that one. They
Damn,
replaced
you know, I missed out. I was kind of looking forward to go
Yeah, I
checking it
know.
out.
Sorry. I mean, there's probably somebody probably filmed it, and it's on YouTube somewhere. You could find the full
Yeah.
ride probably.
shit.
But
Put that in a VR.
yeah. Oh, talk about
want me to unpack it?
horrifying.
I got you.
I'm like, wait a second.
Protect.
I'm gonna kill this because there's still some left.
Yes,
for it.
yes.
You can do a second pass if we want.
So they
Or kill it.
they made the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, and I think that's probably more of where the future of like AI and roller coasters comes in, because I think the goggles, the VR goggles, is just too much for like the general public. So I think they're gonna gradually do it, and the way that the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is, it's like it's an indoor roller coaster. It's kind of like the Aerosmith one.
Have you been on the Hogwarts one where you're on the broomstick?
So I haven't on Hagrid's bike.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been on that one. No.
Yeah, so that one's all screens, which is what I think they're moving towards.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Guardians is like that too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, Disney's been really using a lot more of that. They actually use the volume. I don't know if you've heard of the volume, but it's the way that they're filming some of their newer shows like The Mandalorian and stuff like that. So Pham can bring up some pictures, but basically it's like LED screens so
Yeah.
that they don't have to do green or blue screen anymore. So that technology for Disney has been like a huge thing. So I think that's probably what they're going to invest in with all the rides and stuff.
It's like a mini sphere.
Yeah.
kinda,
Okay.
Like the MSG sphere.
All
It's
right,
like
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a tiny one.
I didn't.
So
It's more like
I didn't
3D.
kill this. Do you want it? I didn't kill it. Do you want me
You
to?
can just dump it if it's just mostly icky. You don't have to conserve. It's okay.
Okay.
I have so much weed.
Yeah, so they film in there. I don't know if you've seen The Mandalorian, but
yeah.
a lot of their shots are in there because during COVID they had to find a budget-friendly way to shoot their shit.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
And that basically spawns this invention. I mean, they were kind of moving towards it anyways, and actors love this so much more because you can actually act to your environment. You can not pretend or look at like a dot on a screen, which is what they would do with blue screens or green screens or puppets or something. This time you can actually like look at something and respond to it,
That's really cool.
which is nice.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, especially with, you know, Disney and big budget CGI films, like there's so much blue screen and green screen, so their actors are really not enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's all just, you know, it's just a studio.
Yeah, I remember you guys were talking about the Harry Potter movies. I think the other day.
Yeah, you're watching it, Duffy.
And I was always somebody who loved having the DVD because I would just binge the behind the scenes over and over and over again. Any extra content on the CD, I would watch the commentary, I would watch
Yes.
anything. So I always found it like super interesting, and like it made me appreciate the art of what the actors are doing so much more when it was just like, oh, Hedwig was just a tennis ball
Right.
on a stick.
Exactly.
And they had to like interact with a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And it looks okay, and they're children. Like,
Right.
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
And they had, I mean, the best situation, like that set is insane.
Yeah.
Like being able to act there every day for how long? I mean, some of those people were part of the cast for how long? 10 years or
Yeah,
so?
at least. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
My brain is literally still stuck on Hedwig is a tennis ball on a
Dude.
stick.
I'm sorry. Did I break the illusion?
no, it's just
Sometimes it's a real owl.
no, it's just like trying to picture like a person interacting with that. Like
Yeah, dude.
you're just
Yeah, and you
What?
have to act to
Like,
it. And sometimes
yeah,
there's like
that's
super
crazy
dramatic
shit.
scenes where you have to cry or you have to be really emotional.
You just crying
You just
to a
look-
tennis ball.
to a tennis
Yeah.
ball.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's
So
wild.
those actors,
Kudos.
I mean, yeah, they're
Round of
getting their
applause.
money's worth. They were acting
Pat on
their
the back.
pants off.
Oh my goodness.
That makes sense. Why they make millions.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Couldn't be me.
No. No way.
Couldn't
You've
be
got to
me.
be a little bit tapped to be able to do that, though.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I know you have to be able to switch through and like
Yeah.
take on those different personalities. Like I don't know how it would like completely change my personality for something like that. I would have to. I would go to like the point of like Keith Ledger. Like I would just go crazy.
Yeah. It depends on how you would approach the art. Some people see it more as a business. Some people see it as fun. And then there's those people that do method acting, which is basically take on the character that they're playing and try and live a life exactly like theirs. So when it comes to filming, they are the character. They don't have
Yeah.
to show up for work. They are that person.
Yeah.
They approve the deal. Breaking
my
news.
God.
Is that your breaking Can I get that again?
SpongeBob fish head breaking news.
Breaking news.
We have to do that.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
This happened right when we started, but me and Pham just like wanted to let you guys kind of go before we broke this. You know,
Yeah.
No, this is great. I mean, we're basically
you
talking
guys were
about
rolling, so
the film industry
Yeah.
and stuff.
it felt like a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
Yeah, were you aware of the strike that was going on?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's-
A lot of the podcasts I listen to involve people in the comedy world,
Yep.
and a lot of those people are writers or they help,
Yep.
and they are in that industry of like, I mean, they write their own stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
So they've been actively talking about that. And so, I mean, I'm not on Twitter or X anymore. I mean, it's been a few years. I didn't do it because of the Elon thing. But I just, like, I needed a break from constant bombardment of, like, bad news, bad news, bad news.
Yep.
So,
yep.
yeah. But that's good news.
Yeah,
It's good news.
100%.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned AI earlier when we were talking about some other things, but I know one of the big things in that deal was trying to make sure that AI isn't involved in writing scripts.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, I don't know if you have any experience with ChatGPT, but I know, like, my wife uses it for work all the time. I'll use it here on occasions for certain prompts and stuff like that. So that was one of their main focuses, was to make sure that AI isn't involved in the film industry, because people have to stay creative. That's part of what makes us human, original. And, you know, that's what we want. We want content that's crafted from our creativity, not something that's just, you know, predetermined.
I mean, as much as I hate to be the South Park person, South Park has a fantastic episode
Really?
about using ChatGPT.
Oh, I gotta
And
watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on the newest season, but it's really impactful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
highly
South Park has a
recommend.
way of,
Yeah.
Being impactful.
yeah, and hiding it
God.
behind a lot of fucking crazy stuff.
Yeah. The episode You're Getting Old, where Stan turns 10 and then the next day, like, everything he hears is just like fart noises because he's realizing the world is just all bullshit. It's just like, oh my God.
It's the greatest lie that has
home.
ever been told is
home.
aging.
Oh my God.
Dude, being a grown up is not what you think it is.
No.
As a kid, you're like, whoa, I want to be a grown up. And then you get to be a grown up and you're like, why the fuck did you guys make this look so cool?
Yeah, but then
'Cause
usually
it's
when we're
not.
kids, the grown-ups are like, don't rush it. Like,
Yeah.
stay a kid. And we're like, no, we want to be older. And
Yeah.
then it's just a fucking constant
Yeah.
cycle.
It's because you can't do anything as a kid. No one takes you seriously. I
Yeah.
think that's it. Like, because there are people who have kids and they take their kids seriously and treat them equally, and those kids grow up to be fine, great
Yeah.
humans, adults.
Yeah, well, you don't have any control. You know, you don't get to make your own decisions, be
Yeah.
independent, have free thought. I mean, that's probably the best part of being an adult, right? Is kind of like
Absolutely.
living your own life, making your
Yeah.
own decisions, having the freedom to be who or whatever you want to be. That's like the best part of life, probably.
Imagine though having that as like a kid. Imagine growing up having like autonomy and being and like your parents allow you to make decisions and include you in that like critical thinking process.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I follow a mom that's kind of like that.
I was going to say, I think a lot of parents are trying to do that now. I mean, I think parenting is like, obviously, like, do whatever you want to do. I'm super not involved in that. But yeah, like, I think a lot of parents are leaning towards like, oh, our children are like people and we can treat them like people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's something definitely new with our generation
Yeah.
teaching our parents. Like, that's something I had to teach my parents is, hey, nowadays people respect you if you respect them. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
something that has to be reciprocated. My parents' generation is a lot about just authority and respecting those that are older than you or, you know, potentially know more than you. You just have to submit,
yeah.
you know, or bend the knee or, you know, whatever. So,
Submit is a
100%.
difficult thing.
yeah,
think
for
that-
anyone.
Yeah.
Did you pack that one?
So I didn't pack it because I wasn't sure if we wanted to do that or if we wanted to hit the dab rig. Because then we'll just
Up
finish
to
off
our
with
guests,
the
to
indica.
be honest. Whatever you want.
I mean, I love dabs. So
Yo, this shit smells so good, and I love good chemistry. What is this?
this is Runt's live rosin.
Oh, I've had runts it was mixed in with something else in one of the strains that I've had, but it was good. But I love good chemistry.
Yeah.
Out of Worcester, big shout out to them.
Big shout
Shouts
out.
out.
Do you
They-
have like a few of your favorite dispensaries? I know you're kind of loyal to one side
Yes,
right now.
I mean,
but maybe something
obviously.
you'd suggest to other people who maybe don't have one of yours in their area or something.
I mean, I don't know of any chain dispensaries that would be in like other legal states, but my go-to dispensary if I have extra money, I know they have like the best concentrate, and I love concentrates. Like there was a time when I only smoked like I did like a dab a day and that was it. But like that's all I did. I didn't do any flower or anything. But my favorite one is up in Maine, and it's called Hazy Hill Farm. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They have the best stuff. It's awesome. I love their genetics. I love what they're doing. I love how they are adapting with everything, like any new possible technology. They're like, yes, let's try it. I want to do it better, bigger.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it is
exactly what
awesome.
you would want from someone growing your cannabis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this to you. So You're
Okay.
gonna have to set that whole thing up for us.
Yes,
Would you
absolutely.
mind if I go to the bathroom real quick?
No,
you guys
Take a
can-
pause
Absolutely.
and we'll set up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be perfect.
Okay, lead us down this path.
Yeah. I was
All
gonna say,
right.
take us on this journey.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
You want me to go first?
I will do it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No, I'll go first.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Good.
take first. Just show me what to do, or tell me what to do.
Just put your mouth on it.
Can I bring it closer to me so it's on cam?
Yes, but when I say, I will tell you when it's ready.
Yeah.
And then I say, okay, you're good. And then you just hit it. And then if you want to clear this, you take this off. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so like a bong basically.
But do you need it now?
Yeah, I just needed
Oh, you need to light it first. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just need to heat it up. I like to do cold starts.
You
Oh, I
see, so
wish
the
they could
dab
see
is
it.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
okay.
see. It looks like little like pellets.
So
Yeah.
I have 2 opals in there. And those just spin around and help distribute the heat.
Ah.
All right.
Yeah, science
Whenever you
project.
are ready.
Okay. So I just hit out of here.
So it's just a little ball.
Oh, my bad.
That was almost.
I was just trying to
I know. I
grab
was
it.
like,
Yeah.
no, don't. It's so fucking hot.
Oh, damn, that tasted fucking good.
Yeah, so like when dabs, I got it. When dabs first came out, I remember people were like, "Oh, red means go," and that just it hurts. It burns your lungs. That's when you get the dab sweats. That's when you cough too much. That's when it's like not good for you.
How did I do there?
Perfect.
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 Okay. Just took me to school.
Just took me to school. I'm
Let
done.
me show you how it's done.
Okay, but like you've never hit a dab rig before. You're not
no,
gonna
I'm
hit it like a
jo-
maniac.
I mean, honestly,
No way.
I didn't
it's the
expect to,
perfect first
out.
step.
Yeah, it really was.
Oh my god, so I told Edy when you stepped out, she messaged me and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited. You're gonna get my brother-in-law super stoned." And I was so stoned at the time that I read the message as like, "Oh, I didn't know he went to law school. That's super sick. I didn't know he was a lawyer. Mad respect." Brother-in-law. I was like, "Oh, sweet. I didn't know he was in law."
And when did you have the realization?
Like embarrassingly the next day.
I wish you never figured
It was.
I
You
know.
let it settle. It was settling.
Oh my god.
It
was
10 minutes into the pod, like, I don't know if I'm getting lawyer vibes anymore.
I was like, "Oh, that's super cool. He like smokes weed on the podcast and like talks about laws. That's sweet."
That's a good idea, though. That's our next
Get a lawyer on the
podcast.
phone.
Get a
Idea.
lawyer. Yep. Idea.
I heard there was
Down the rabbit hole,
news
Suits
for
edition.
us.
There was news for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so curious.
When we first started recording, Omegle officially shut down forever.
Rest in
I'm
peace.
so dead. Really?
We
Wow.
Oh my
throwback.
god. Wow.
Yeah, I did time.
Throwback. What a delayed cough.
Dabs will do that. They'll do that. They'll get you.
It like
The
settled through my
self-awareness.
nose.
Well, rest in peace to Omegle.
Yeah.
Used it. Yeah, I used it here and there growing up. It was definitely like something around that time that was so cool, so new. Like people were doing, like when people had Skype, AIM. Like,
Yeah.
if you
It's
were a
Skype.
kid around that time, it was tough to avoid stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like, what, didn't they come out with Uvu? Or whatever?
Uvu, yeah.
Oh my god.
And then there's Stickcam. Stickcam was also like those.
I used to hang out with friends on Uvu all the time.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like have them on the computer for hours.
I was not that person.
No?
I don't know why. Like my friends were, and I like would get on it sometimes with my friends, but I never like had this interest in like chatting with strangers online. Like I think we've talked about it before. Like I just grew up in a time where the internet was so new, so everyone was like, "Be careful what you do on the internet. Like don't talk to people you don't know. Like
Yeah.
you don't know who is on the other end."
Yeah.
So I just never had that like openness when it came to social media and strangers and like creating friendships over social media. So I'm really bad at that, but I'm really good at creating like in-person
Yeah,
relationships with
which is
people.
probably the most valuable, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely made friends over the years, like through gaming online. I mean, when I was younger, like friends that I've never met in person, even to this day. When I first started the YouTube channel, there's a lot of people I met through gaming and just like, just discovered them through the internet. So I built some pretty cool relationships. I've met 2 of them in person now, I think, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
My brother just did that.
Did
has
he
a-
really?
Yeah, he has a friend, a buddy that lives out in Texas, and they've been like friends on Xbox for like 8 years.
Wow.
Like since he's been gaming. I thought it was so cute. Like they're the
That's so
same age
awesome.
and stuff.
That's really cool.
And he flew out here and they hung out, and it was like him and his best friend Frankie that lives here, and they all hung out.
That's amazing.
I thought it was so cute. I was like, that is so fucking cool.
I
Like,
just
good for
did
you,
that
kid.
this summer. I just did the same thing,
awesome.
basically. I mean, not 8 years. It was like 2 years, maybe?
Yeah, the
I mean,
beginning of the
still.
channel. So we're coming up on 3 years.
Yeah, 3-ish years.
That's my partner's sister. Her name's Savannah. She's fucking dope. And she does online gaming. She does stuff like that. And Savannah, she's like, I think she's like 24, 25 now. And she's autistic. She's hilarious. And she met her now partner that she lives with online. They were friends online, played all these games and stuff online together for like 5 years. And their partner, Savannah's partner, is also autistic. And so like B got to drive Savannah down to New Jersey to like meet each other for the first time, and it was just like this crazy embrace of like, we finally get to meet each other. I get to see you, and like it's been 5 years of like getting to know someone, and then you finally meet them. It was so sweet and cute, and I was like, Savannah found her person. Like that gave me more hope. Like I definitely have seen a lot more hope for making friends online, but I'm just not
for
good
sure.
at it. I'm just not good at it.
My wife, Bella, she is obsessed with catfish.
Oh
And
my
I don't know if you've ever
God.
seen that
Me,
show,
yeah.
but
Me.
that's basically what it is. It's people that have been in online relationships for 5 to 10 years. Sometimes it's like 15, 20. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's all about them like meeting for the first time or not even knowing if that's the real person. If anyone hasn't seen Catfish, I don't know what you're doing.
Living under a rock.
Yeah,
But
but
Neve is my man. I
When I
love
like
him.
when I don't know what to watch, I'm just like, okay, where's like a catfish compilation? I need like a
Yes.
40-minute catfish compilation, just background noise. And I will like mouth along the quotes like, you should have never called me a fat ass Kelly Price. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have. He shouldn't
No,
have.
you're right. Yeah, he shouldn't have. Oh my God.
Dude, some crazy that wasn't. There was a guy that thought he was talking to Katy Perry.
Oh my God, I love that one.
They're like in the back of a
Yeah.
castle for the revelation. They're like, dude, you're not talking to Katy Perry.
it's so sad to think that you actually thought that was Katy Perry.
There are
Yeah.
some
That's
crazy
so
ones.
sad.
There are some crazy ones. There was one where like it was like a couple, and the guy was talking to someone online, but it turned out to be the wife that he was talking to online.
His own wife.
His
Yeah.
own wife.
Trying to fucking bait him.
Not bait him.
No.
She was literally just trying to reconnect, and they found this weird way because she like she was like a different person for him through this catfish. And then
Okay.
like it all came to light that she was the person, and then they just had like this whole heartfelt moment, and like Neve helped them out, and then
And it worked out and it was great.
they were working on their marriage.
Whoa. Master manipulative move or
I just realized it's the real life Pina Colada song.
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
love that song.
I was like, oh my god, they're the pina colada people.
Dead. I'm dead. Yeah, there's some crazy ass episodes. But
I
do you
don't know
know?
if I could do that. Would you do that?
No.
If your
Do-
partner,
no.
like, manipulated you into falling in love with someone else who ended up being you just to rekindle the relationship, that's fucking, like, wild.
Yeah.
It's therapy things. Like you take that to therapy. You
Yeah.
have to
Oh.
go to therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope
Fix
the
it.
appointment was the next day after that shoot.
I think they did get them hooked with.
Actually,
hooked
that
up with
afternoon would be much
the
Yeah.
fucking
better.
couples therapist. I think.
Yeah, you could
Wild.
definitely work through it, but that's crazy.
I mean, yeah. The good part is you didn't fall for someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you.
But you were looking for someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember how the whole thing started. I don't know if she came to him. You know what I mean?
Like came on to him.
Yes,
Oh.
'Cause, like, she
But
could
then
have started
But
it.
even still, yeah, I
he
guess.
entertained it.
Yeah.
But
Whoa, that's just a complex situation.
exactly. It's like
Wow.
who gets mad at who here?
Yeah.
Who's in the wrong? And it's like, and call it even.
Yeah, I don't know. At that point, it's just up in the air.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it's a great show to have on in the background.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Office?
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
another perfect show to have in the background. Perfect.
The
It's so easily
Office.
quotable. Everything's become super familiar. I'm assuming you've seen it multiple times. Or
Oh,
one
yeah.
time? Yeah.
Yeah,
If you've seen The
multiple
Office, you've
times.
seen it multiple times.
And then you're like, oh, a good part's coming up. I'm gonna pay attention right now. I'm like, oh, I want to watch this part. Hold on.
Dude, I love the show, but I cannot for the life of me get through. Like I have done it twice, but I've seen other parts of everything else like multiple times. But the episode where Michael in the class, like the class that he promises the college tuition
what
to.
is it called?
Scott's
Tots.
Oh
Tots.
my god.
Scott,
For that one.
I cannot get through that episode because it is so painfully cringy because
Yes.
it's so
I couldn't
bad.
watch it.
What he does is so bad, dude. It's so horrible.
You're
watching like this,
You
dude.
the whole time, and you're just like you're getting this secondhand embarrassment of just. Oh my God, this was never going to happen. Why the fuck did you ever say this was going to happen? This is just going to blow up in your face. And then you see the kids and he's like, I'll pay for your books.
Oh
And
my
he's
God.
like, how much are books? Dude, it's just, I've only ever been able to get through it twice. And I don't think that I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I
Again,
struggle
even
with,
if I watch
with that episode, and then the dinner party one is
The dinner
legendary
party is
as
my
that one
favorite.
is.
Just gonna say the dinner party
it's
episode.
It's
That
so
is like-
cringe that I can't like. The first time I watched it, I was like, I put like the blanket over my head. And, like, I was like, I'm gonna hide right here.
Yeah,
Prime
no,
content.
I totally understand that only because it 1000% feels like they're like your parents arguing.
my
Like you're
God.
in the middle of their fight and you're just like, I don't
gotta
want to
go
be
away.
here.
Not
but you
only
have
your
to be
parents
there.
arguing, but you have a friend over and your parents are arguing
Oh,
because all those
shit,
people were
dude.
there at
You're
their
right.
house.
You're
dude.
right, dude.
I
You're
was-
So
right.
you're just like, no.
You have a sleepover. And your parents are fucking arguing.
I was at a friend's house and he ran away while I was there. Dead serious.
You take over.
Dude, he left your
I
ass. He
went
said,
there.
good luck.
No, I ended up running with him.
said- oh.
But he decided to run away while I was over for the night.
Oh
He's like,
my
tonight's
God.
the night.
It's
Because, well, I mean, I
Usually
don't know.
when people say that, you want to run.
Yeah.
like a prison break situation.
hold on,
We're
hold on.
breaking out tonight's that I needed a second
Hold
man.
on. I'm actually missing a very important detail. So he has a very toxic relationship with his
Oh
family.
no. Okay.
And
I'm
we
sorry.
got there and there was a huge fight, turned physical.
Oh.
And then it was like, let's bounce. So I
Yeah,
guess it wasn't
alright.
really premeditated, but you could say that he was thinking about it for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't
Definitely.
fun.
It was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
I just realized you have this little one packed.
Yeah, I did. That shit hits so clean. I was
gonna
just
hit it.
telling them before.
I'm gonna hit
It
it.
hits better than my Spider-Man. Spider-Man does more damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me show Spidey on screen just for everyone that knows. This is Spidey. Was gifted to me by a really good friend from Atlanta, Corey. Shout out Corey.
Shout out Corey.
In our later episodes, you'll see the bong that I gift him.
I'm excited to see that one.
Dude,
It'll be fun.
I've been looking at that bong back there like, you know what? I could hit you again.
Yeah.
Ready? I'll
Want me
pack it
to-
for you.
Yeah.
Or it's cleared.
Yeah, I would love to hit that last strain that you brought. Yeah, that'd be a nice a nightcap. Nice little cup of tea. Do you do coffee, caffeine?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I used to get a cafe mocha from Starbucks, and I would get 1 pump of mocha and 6 shots of espresso.
6 shots of espresso.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do that at the same time.
I thought that was my headphone.
No, you guys are perfectly in sync. That was insane. And there was a pause too. So you're like, wow, that was calculated.
Because I'm reflecting on me.
Yes, yeah, on the amount of caffeine intake that I've seen over the years. And I'm like, yeah, that tracks. That
Yeah.
totally fucking tracks.
Dude, 6? I've only done a quad
Hey,
at
wow.
one time. And it was for a cross-country road trip when me and my wife were moving from Atlanta up here. I did a quad. But that's the most I've ever done.
God.
So 6?
Yeah.
And that's just in one drink. Multiple times a day or just one time?
I would just one a day. Just one. I mean, I wasn't like crazy or anything. Who do you think I am?
Yeah.
No.
Dunks, Bucks,
Starbucks. Local Red Barn Coffee makes awesome coffee. I forget where they're out of.
Shout out Red Barn. There's
shout out
one
Red Barn
actually in
Coffee.
Southborough.
Yeah.
Right close by
Like
to
right
here.
down the street. Yeah.
Red Barn Coffee's
Right
awesome.
down Route 9. It's alive.
We would love
Yeah.
to have some coffee on this podcast with a joint. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
You remember, I used to go to In-House all the time when I lived in Northborough. In-House coffee?
Yeah, with like
get
the
the Red Bull
50
drinks.
million flavors they
Yes.
had.
Oh my God.
They were so good. I love them.
Dude, I just remember how much Red Bull you would drink
Yeah.
at the Natick Mall.
You want to
Yeah.
know what's in her solo cup?
It's Monster. I graduated to Monster.
Oh, okay.
Just back.
Graduated?
Yeah, I'm back to Monster, to be
was
honest,
gonna
because
say, I
that
think
shit was
that's
like
like-
high school, and then I went to Red Bull. It was like Monster in high school, and then I started working at the mall, and I was getting coffee, and then I would just drink coffee, and then I was like, "Fuck you, you're making my coffee wrong." And then I went to Red Bull, and that's when I was drinking Red Bull at the Natick Mall the fucking time. And then like after I was promoted a few times, that's when I started drinking Monster again. Oh.
Sorry.
You're fine. I was like, please don't be glass. That's gonna break.
Thank you very much.
But now I've cut it down.
Do you
I
know how
used
much
to
this
drink
thing
2.
weighs? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I want to say that's like 7 pounds, probably filled with water.
It's like
I
my
feel like I have
cat.
a rifle in my head.
I did switch to cold brew though. It's been like a year since I switched to drinking cold brew. Today I had a Trinta.
I used to love going in there and getting that size. Just to like ice, like one of the teas, the fucking, I forget what they're called. I used to get the acai one.
Oh, I fucking love
The refreshers.
Wow. Yes.
Yo,
With
still in
lemonades?
sync. Still in sync.
Still got it. Dude, it was so funny. I was listening to your podcast today and you were like, what's that hockey movie? That other hockey movie? And immediately it was like, it's Goon. They're going to say Goon. It's going to be the movie Goon. And like so many instances, I was just like, oh, yep, no, it's this. Like a same wavelength. I'm already like, I got it. I love that.
I love when I'm
take
listening
it.
to a podcast and that happens. I'm like, I know what they're thinking. I know what they're trying to say.
I know what they're thinking.
And then we're sitting here at the same time because I'm trying to think of the name Goon.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know someone is listening to this and knows exactly what I'm trying to say.
I love that movie.
Oh my
It's
God.
a great movie.
It's
a
like
great
when I
movie.
couldn't think of the word for Hobbit. And then like everyone on the internet was like, it's Hobbit. And I was like, it is. It is that word.
There
Thanks,
was a lot
guys.
of other funny guesses though.
Dude.
A lot of people were wrong.
Yes.
Like a ton of comments on just people trying to prove you wrong.
And I was like, I didn't even say anything. I'm like, whatever.
You were asking and you got the answers just from a lot of people.
Oh
Would
yeah,
you,
I forgot you guys are on TikTok. I've not downloaded that app yet. I'm like, I'm on strike. I don't know. I'm not on strike. But
I'm not a big TikTok consumer.
yeah,
No.
the reels pull me in.
Yeah.
But-
yeah. YouTube is probably what I use the most.
Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely what I use the most.
absolutely. my screen time is like 8 hours a day, YouTube.
Yeah, what are you usually watching on YouTube?
Usually podcasts. That's where I get the visual from because I pay for the premium. Although, I mean, I heard they were going to bump it up to like $20 a month for premium. And I'm just like, I don't
Yeah, I pay for premium too.
I don't use enough of the features to pay.
Yeah, what's like?
I definitely do. No ads.
No ads. That's a big one. Play in the background. That's a big one.
That's so
That's
silly
a
for them to
massive
do
one.
that. That's
Yeah.
so silly for them to put that on premium.
Yeah. But
come
like,
on.
I don't need the free movies every week. I don't need the access to YouTube TV shows. I don't need, like, I would love if they came out with like here's like a $8.99 a month plan where it's just no ads and you can play stuff in the background and you can download stuff on your phone. That's all that is. You don't get the free movies or anything. I would jump on that so fast, but I'm thinking about
about to feedback that shit.
yeah.
But all those things and all those memberships are going up. And
Yeah.
Netflix just went up. They're all fucking going up.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back to cable where we're paying $100 a month for the same shit, and it's just
Bruh.
Yep.
all over again.
And then it's gonna be like, oh, you need to re-log in. You have to do the thing on the because your phone died, and so you have to do the clicker, and you're just like trying to type in your email, and you're like, why did I make my email 30 characters long? I didn't think I was gonna have to type it like this.
I hate when they don't have a QR code
Yes.
option. I'm like,
God.
fuck you for
Yeah.
making me do this.
Yeah. Or if it like for some reason the Wi-Fi isn't working, or again my phone is dead and I can't just like do
Yeah.
the screen share thing.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, the projection, because then you could just go on YouTube after.
Why not just put a full keyboard on a controller nowadays? Why not?
Yeah.
Xbox has that.
Or
Yeah.
all voice recognition. Like
Yeah.
you should be able to speak into your remote. All remotes.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
okay, but you can't like you're gonna go into people's houses and be like, here's a remote you can talk into for your fucking TV from 2009.
Yeah. I mean, it's asking people to like I know a lot of people are on like the Roku thing, which like and the Google thing you can talk to the like I'm just complaining about my old technology in my house.
I just saw a guy, a video of a guy who drives around with a Roku remote and he just like shuts people's TVs
Oh my
off.
god, yeah.
It,
I've
like
seen
just drives
Yeah.
away.
yeah.
There's a master remote.
No,
Well, I
guess
think they're like
Yeah.
all
Universal.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah.
That's a better word.
I was gonna say your word was better, but
No.
that's so funny. Like I can't imagine being like just chilling on my couch and then someone fucking turns my TV off. I just shit a brick. What the fuck? I know, dude. I'd be like, am I in Scream? Is someone playing a break right now? No,
I
fuck that.
immediately go to, oh man, my TV broke.
Or paranoid mind. Who's trying to kill me?
I told you, too many shows.
Speaking of paranoid minds, the other content I consume a lot of on YouTube is a lot of true crime content. It just sucks me right in.
Yeah.
48 Hours channel, shout out to you. You've got me through a lot of long shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for stuff like that, I got into Bailey Sarian for a really long time. I love her.
Is that the girl who does her makeup while telling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she now
Stories.
does like dark history, and that's fun. She did like a cannabis history one, which is cool.
Ooh.
But I also really love Mr. Ballin.
Yes.
I love him. He's from Quincy.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's
I did
from
not
Quincy.
know that.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's a really good storyteller, and he's a fucking Navy veteran, right? Yeah, he's a Navy SEAL. He's a Navy SEAL.
Nice.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a really good storyteller, and he tells like dark stories about like mysteries and shit. When I first got sucked into him, he was doing like compilations of dives gone wrong, like places you shouldn't go but people went anyways.
Yikes.
He does a bunch of different content, and he's like on a whole ton of different platforms. But he's really great at storytelling.
Yeah.
He's just hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's like the most down to earth dude ever, and it's just him. He's sitting there. He's got a little background, and he's just telling you a story. It's crazy, but he's so fucking good at it. I just watched a podcast yesterday. He was on someone else's podcast, and they were like talking to him and interviewing him, and I was like, this is so cool to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah. I love when that happens.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned a long time ago, but that you listen to a lot of podcasts by
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah.
And they're really the kings of podcasts. That's really where it stemmed from. And there's so many podcasts that I love from comedians. There's the one with Bobby Lee and
Oh my god.
Bad Friends. Mm-hmm. And they just did a live podcast here in Boston, which is pretty cool. I missed it, but Leo went with Marcos.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, that's right. I remember because they saw Doobie there.
Yeah. He was in the back seat.
Yep.
Like, he was going too.
That's so funny. I forgot about that. I heard that though. I heard that about comedians because Bob is like trying to do stand up.
Oh,
And
no way.
yeah, and so he said that like every other person that's ever there has a podcast, and he was like, I need to jump on it.
Yeah, they're the kings of podcasts.
Yeah.
That's really where a lot of the big ones stem from. I mean, Joe Rogan, obviously, leading the way. He's the one that really built up podcasts for comedians, gave so many platforms to different comedians. He's brought them on as guests, helped them grow into huge stars. He's like one of those people that made it to the top and really gave back to the community that he was in. You know, he really loves and believes in comedy as an art, and he's always trying to like show people what that is and how important that is to, you know, society and all that stuff. Joe Rogan's he's cool. Do you listen to Rogan at all?
I used to listen to the podcast, like a really long time ago. I was gonna like reference a background that he had, but I can't remember. I'm so stoned. But yeah, I used to listen to that podcast a really long time ago. But he started getting into politics more, and I consume content to escape from that kind of stuff, and like I know I need to know stuff, but like I'm gonna not to say
Your
like,
time
do
and
my
place.
own. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like I
you
want to choose
dictate
what
it,
and I don't want my entertainment to be like just politics and
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to like divide those things into separate pools.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
exactly.
you don't want to spoil your entertainment time,
Yeah.
the little time that you do have.
exactly.
100%.
Which again was a big reason why I got off Twitter, because like it was just like bad news, all politics, all the time. It was like 2016, 2017 when I decided, okay, I'm done on this app, and I just like
It's not much different.
yeah.
Yeah, I only use it for news and updates on things that I want to talk about on the podcast and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just keep up to date with behind the scenes and development things with certain things I'm interested in. And some like political news and stuff like that, but not so much. Just kind of like updates into the shit that I'm interested in, because that's really like where the community is, and like the feedback from developers and from artists and stuff like that. That's like where the communication happens. So that's about the only reason I ever use X. But if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that, I would have gone off Twitter a long time ago.
Yeah.
For that same reason.
The reels suck me in, but I always get on TikTok because that's the same thing as the reels. But it's like I was the same way where I like was so adamant about not downloading it for a while because I knew I was gonna get sucked into it.
Yep.
But then once I like finally had the time, I was like, let's try it out. And now it's just more of like I'll sit down, I'll get on TikTok for 15 minutes, and then like I'll get up and go about my day.
Dude, I wish I could do that. I just get locked in.
I do sometimes. Dude, if I'm off
10
and
hours later.
no, if
I
I
watched 300 videos yesterday. I'm shooting
Yeah.
for 305.
No,
if I'm off and I'm not doing anything and I'm laying in bed, I'll do the same thing. Like B was just gone, and Saturday morning I like got to sleep in and just lay in bed because I love to do that in the mornings. And so I literally was just for 2.5 fucking hours just laying there scrolling, switching sides so my shoulder didn't fucking go numb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like dead ass.
Yeah.
I should just project it on my screen, but
Yeah, you could.
I'm like,
But It's
nah.
better on the phone.
yeah,
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
breaking my fucking neck.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. And TikTok, their algorithm is super strong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'll suck you the fuck in.
Yeah.
And they have those microphones, so they're listening to everything that you're talking about. So they just
not just
advertise
them.
to you. Yeah, definitely not just them. But theirs is like one of the strongest algorithms when it comes to all of these different platforms. Like,
I thought you were gonna say one of the strongest microphones.
yeah, you pick up from the
Yeah, they
furthest
sneak
distance.
in at night and they put a better mic in your phone.
So I was like, wait a second.
Oh shit.
Whoopsies.
all
They're
right.
all always listening.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck them.
Dude,
Well,
I find Snapchat ads are like, I was just talking about that. I've never looked that up. Why am I getting an ad for this all of a sudden?
well,
Oh, like for Snapchat?
Like just ads that I get on Snapchat. I find like those ones specifically are like, I just said that out loud. I never looked that up.
Wow.
What?
I've heard from content creators that they make the most money on Snapchat. That it's
Yeah.
the most monetizable platform.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Which kind of lines up with the amount of ads that are accurate and like being fed to you on that platform. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't really use Snapchat. I
Yeah.
actually don't at all.
It's just the family chat.
Yeah, just the family
That's
chat.
the only thing that keeps it going. If that wasn't there, then wouldn't use it.
Yeah. I mean, I have pictures in there from like 7 years ago. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the only reason that I use it now. But like, Snapchat, if you're listening, I exit the app because that's creepy. I don't like that.
Well, where's your phone right now?
I don't know that they're listening.
Close enough to listen, that's for sure.
Listen, that's for sure. That's for fucking sure.
Well, it was a fucking pleasure having you on the
Thank you so
podcast. Thank you
much.
so much for hanging with us.
Yeah,
this
of
was
course.
amazing.
So much fun.
The weed,
Anytime.
the weed that we smoked was amazing.
Thank
The
you.
hit from the bong, amazing.
Clear. See, I told you. I'm just gonna get you fucked up on a good level,
I
bro.
got you.
I can hang, man.
I know you can.
I can hang.
He's like, okay, you're gonna have to hold me down and I fly away. I'm like, we'll pace it out.
No.
We'll pace it out.
So she got to fly with me.
Yeah. No, I don't want you to have a bad time. I want you to enjoy it.
No.
Exactly.
99% of the time when I smoke, it's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have like one experience, but that's for another time. We mentioned in another podcast. I traveled through dimensions, but it was a great time.
Yeah, who knows? We might be bringing Joe back. So
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any final words? Any shout outs? Anything you want to say?
Thank you.
Thanks for
Didn't
being
mean to
here.
put you on the spot that much. You know?
I feel like
Do you have what's your handle? Maybe if people want to follow you or check you out. Or
I
anything?
mean, everything is pretty private. I'm not really a
Okay.
yeah.
Valid.
And
not
then
really an
how
out
about
there person.
for where you work?
Shout out to Comcan.
Shout out
If you are
Comcan.
in Massachusetts, please hit us up. We would really appreciate you.
Awesome, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
catch you later.
Bye.
Love you guys.
There it is.
What the night